Talks on a post-Brexit trade deal with the EU were on a knife edge last night as Downing Street insisted the UK will be prepared for all possible scenarios. Number 10 played down the prospect of an imminent collapse in negotiations, with insiders saying the talks were neither at a breakthrough nor a breakdown. The latest round of negotiations between teams led by the EU's Michel Barnier and Boris Johnson's Europe advisor David Frost will conclude today. It has been reported that the government's working assumption is that Britain will trade with Europe on World Trade Organization terms, without a UK-EU deal, after the transition period ends on December 31. Downing Street insisted that talks had been constructive but acknowledged that significant differences still remain. Key stumbling blocks throughout the process have included fishing rights and the level playing field provisions that Brussels wants to prevent the UK undercutting European rivals by cutting workers' rights and environmental protections and through the use of state subsidies. The UK has insisted it is committed to high standards and claims that the EU is insisting on restrictions which it has not applied in other free trade agreements, FTAs. The Prime Minister's official spokesman said, "Round 5 negotiations are ongoing and we remain committed to working hard to finding the outlines of a balanced agreement. We have been clear that discussions throughout this intensified process have continued to be constructive but significant differences still remain on a number of important issues. Our preference is to leave with an FTA as long as it guarantees our political and economic independence. But we will make sure that we are prepared for all possible scenarios." Meanwhile, businesses have already been told to start preparing for a no-trade deal exit. German Chancellor Angela Merkel also called on Brussels to step up preparations for a no-deal scenario since very limited progress has been made during the negotiations. A senior source said, "The government has been making it clear for a while now that it is prepared for no deal. Britain isn't going to budge on fundamentals like fishing rights, so it's all in the hands of the EU."